Time for everyone's favorite part of the podcast, so Name That Game. Jake, this is your first time playing Name That Game with us, so I'll go over the rules. Basically, I have a game, you got to guess it. I have 10 hints. You and Nathan work together, so you have one, like you're collective, you're not competing against each other.
So it's a team.
Exactly, so bounce ideas off of each other. Although, I have thought about something, and if you are the one to think of the game and suggest the game first, you get to plug something of your choice. So I want to give that bit of a reward. If you're the first person to mention what the game is before you guess it, then you get to plug something. So that's a little thing I've added in. Anyway, so there's 10 hints. You get 5 guesses in total as a collective. So 2 guesses before question 6, 2 guesses before question 10, and 1 last guess after question 10. So you got to space them out. So if you don't use a hint after hint 5 and you can't think of anything, you lose that guess.
Okay.
But if you can't think of anything, it's just we just lose it basically.
Yeah, or just guess a random game.
Because there has been times where it's like, just throw it out. We know it's wrong, but
yeah, pretty much. Which was on that Name That Game spectacular episode that we did, and that happened
was
a couple times.
Really hard one. Like you said,
last
bottom
one.
off the barrel.
I knew I was going to get you. I knew it. I was very proud of myself. But, so this one... So, also you have 2 lifelines. You have a yes or no question, and normally you would have a switchaboo lifeline, but I didn't get anyone to record the switchaboo lifeline. So that is very...
just go ask Rochelle.
Oh, is that the thing that I recorded the other week?
Yes,
brilliant. Okay, got it.
But I forgot to do it. So...
couldn't you go ask Rochelle to be like, hey, this thing...
Well, I was gonna do a game, but I don't reckon you would have gotten it without Rochelle.
Okay, fair.
So I changed the game at the last minute because Rochelle was supposed to be on this episode. So that is why I did that. And then I was like, I can't get a hint. And I just went with it. Yeah. So this time I'm going to let you have 2 yes or no questions.
Okay.
So to account for that. Or the last rule, and I know it's getting a bit complicated, but the last rule is you can trade any of those lifelines or any of those lifelines for an additional guess if you want to.
Okay.
But that's never happened. So that's interesting.
Because usually we get to the guesses before then.
Yeah, exactly. So the first hint, it's a 2D platformer. That says nothing. So the second hint is the original concept came from a game jam, which took a team of 4 days to make.
Oh man, I remember game jam things.
The game launched on January 25th, 2018.
Platform that came out a couple years ago from a game jam.
Well, the original concept came from the game jam.
Yeah.
It's available. It's available on PC, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and Stadia.
Stadia.
I
know.
Although that will rule out a lot. Be like, hey, it's on Stadia.
That also exists.
For reference, we're not allowed to use the internet or our Switch libraries.
Oh, really? Never would have guessed.
Or your Switch, because Nathan did that once. And I was like, dude.
Oh, you cheater!
No. Yeah.
It wasn't in the rules.
Filthy cheater.
It wasn't in the rules at the time.
That is true, so I added that. And thank you, Nathan, for pointing that out.
Haha, loopholes.
And that's how we got Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Yeah.
And the last hint before you have to use your 2 guesses, the Switch version has a 92 on Metacritic.
So it's a good one. 2D platformer. So we have to... if we don't guess anything... 92.
I was my first thought's like Hollow Knight's like
that's what I was going to say though.
Yeah,
because it's on a lot of systems.
Yeah, it's on a lot of systems, highly rated, but not 2 years old.
Yeah, it's like 3 or 4 at this point. No, it'd be 3 years. What would be 2 years? Highly rated.
This is difficult for me because I don't actually really pay attention to a lot of indie releases. So, like, before, like, joining this, so... Like, this is over my head.
I mean, it may not be an indie release, but...
I was going to say, I never said indie.
I know, I'm just...
No. Was it... Just for clarification, with the release date, you didn't say it was Switch release date, you just said the release date, didn't you?
I said launch January 25th, 2018.
Okay.
Where I got that number from, it didn't specify.
Okay.
So I think it launched on all consoles at the same time, but probably later for Stadia.
Fair. Just thought, clarify there wasn't anything on that.
Yeah. When did Stadia become a thing?
I think it was 2018 it came a thing.
Yeah. Oh well, moving on.
Was it on one console for a long time before it moved to anything else?
We can make that a yes or no question if you want.
I was going to say. I'm going to Google that. I don't think so.
Nah.
But I'm going to Google it.
If we actually use that as a question.
Yeah, because... Like, I just had epiphany. Could it be Cuphead? That was...
That's not on PlayStation, though.
Oh, it's not? Oh, alright.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
Well, disregard my ramblings.
Although, would you classify it as a platformer? I guess it is.
Yeah, it's
I'd call it more
technically a
boss rush
platformer.
game.
Yeah, but it does have platforming
True.
levels in it.
Okay, I won't answer that question then, unless you used it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I do know the answer.
Just because Burn the Guest, you just want to clarify that it's definitely not Hollow Knight? Before we just burn them? Hey. Is it Hollow Knight?
No.
There we go.
Yeah, didn't think so.
Yeah. Didn't think so, but it's good to clarify before we burn the guests.
Oh, it had to be a platformer.
I mostly pick platformers, don't I?
Yeah. I mean, you picked Mario.
3 hints. It's a record.
Although, isn't, was it Wargroove? That was a 3 hints as well, wasn't it?
That was pretty quick, although I did do some editing of that today for its... because it's going up on YouTube. Actually, it should be on YouTube now. Interesting, I gotta post that. That was about 5 hints.
Ah, okay.
Because I re-listened to it. But it was very quick.
Yeah.
It was super quick as well.
Oh, I'm trying to think now. What would it been? What's 2D platform?
Yeah, I have absolutely no clue. Yeah, like Hollow Knight and Cuphead would like my best
we
guesses.
can do Cuphead to clarify it, and then just go on to the next clues.
Or you can use a lifeline.
Or we could use a lifeline, or we could just move on to the next clues. So, it's up to you. I'll let you pick here.
I'll say go on to the next clues.
So, we'll just clarify it then before we burn it. Is it Cuphead?
No, it's not Cuphead.
There you go. And now we'll go to the next
I'm bad
clues.
at this.
It can take, usually the 7th or 8th one is where it goes, that's the thing.
Yeah. That's what we did with Bug Fables in that episode.
I think it was the 9th one.
Yeah, that went right down to the wire. That was a good one. So the next hint, the studio is from Canada. The lead director said that they took direct inspiration from Super Mario Bros. 3.
Oh, Canadian game. Oh my god, I've heard this before. Oh, this is driving me nuts.
Yeah, this game does that.
Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. What is it?
But you see what I mean by, like, it'll take, like, those little extra guesses that make you go, okay, no, that has an idea in my head.
Yeah.
Go to the next clue.
I reviewed this game, and I gave it 95.
But that just means, like, half the website.
I was just about to say.
Do you want me to read out the last hint before you go to your guesses?
Yeah.
It won Best Game for Impact at the 2018 Game Awards.
Okay.
So you're saying it's not Crash Team Racing?
That is correct. Is that a guess?
No. Believe it or not, I'm taking the piss.
I don't believe it.
What's in the... It has to be in highly rated. I'm trying to think times I've been on the eShop, I'm like, this game was on here.
So it won the award for Impact. That's usually awarded to very artsy games. Platformer from a Canadian dev, inspired by Mario 3.
So I'll go
this is going to drive me wild.
I'll go back as well. So 2D platformer, original concept came from a game jam which took a team of 4 days to make. Launched January 25th, 2018. It's available on PC, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and Stadia. Switch version has a 92 on Metacritic. So the studio's from Canada. The lead director said they took direct inspiration from Super Mario Bros. 3. Has a 95% from myself. And it won Best Game for Impact at the 2018 Game Awards.
Yeah, I have no clue.
It's going to be so obvious when I say it.
Yeah, that's the worst part.
Yeah, I'm just like...
And you have 2 guesses before I move on to question to
and
10.
2 lifelines.
And 2 lifelines. So you can ask me questions.
Yeah, you got any ideas, Nathan?
I am not sure.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank here.
I'm just trying to think. Like, oh. Just trying to...
Think for me, because my brain's dead.
2018. So it came out 3 years ago at this point.
Oh my god, that is 3 years ago. I kept thinking it's 2.
Yeah, no, it's 3 years.
Damn you, Father Time!
What could it be? I'll ask a question, if you're okay with it. Jake, does it have a physical release? Do you think that's a question to ask?
Sure. It's better than the absolute nothing I was thinking of.
Does the game have a physical release?
I think it does, but I'm going to look it up. It had a limited physical release.
Limited physical release. Okay.
Yeah, one of those limited run.
Was that like actual, like from the, like, released in games, or did it have to go through like a specific website, like how Scott Pilgrim, you have to go through a certain website kind of thing?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think...
It's a bit too complicated.
Yeah, I just thought I'd make sure, because sometimes it has a difference.
Yeah, true.
I don't think so, although, because you know of Limited Run? And they do like those... Yeah, it was from them.
Okay. Yeah, so probably...
I think they do
specifically
some...
from them.
Yeah, but I think they do some launches. Like, I think they do some physical copies in, like, retail stores.
Didn't they do one of the Shantae games? That's literally the only, like, platformer I can think of. But
isn't that Way Forward?
Yeah, I don't think that's... Yeah, but I don't think that's going to be, like, a game jam thing as well.
No, because that's been around since the Game Boy days.
Exactly.
Okay. Is it a difficult, like, is it known for its difficulty in the 2D platformer?
You can use that as the second lifeline.
Do you agree on that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, you could say that.
So it can't be Super Meat Boy, because that was older, but it's...
Wasn't there a Super Meat Boy sequel that came out?
That's not out yet.
Ah, damn.
But
I'll correct you on that. That did come out very recently. I think it was January.
I thought that wasn't out yet.
Recently. Okay, yeah, no. So...
Because it was on the list of games that were to be coming out next year that people were looking forward to.
Yeah, we didn't get a code for it. It was very upsetting. I cried myself to sleep.
I'm trying to think. Was it Freedom Planet? Was that one hard?
Oh, if you consider Sonic the Hedgehog hard.
I mean, depends. What was the...
But
I know
would be
the game. I'm trying to think.
It wouldn't be Freedom Planet because that's inspired by Sonic, not Mario.
True, yeah. I know the game. It's got a girl. That's like the main character, and I can't think of the name of the game.
Does that do anything for you, Jake?
Nope.
So, Shantae?
Yeah, is it Shantae?
Nah,
Nathan, is it Shantae?
It's not Shantae. It's like a...
Is it Samus?
It reminds me of Super Meat Boy, the way it looks and the way it plays. I just can't remember the name of it. Isn't it like a love story or something?
Celeste.
Yes.
Is it Celeste?
He got it.
Hey, there we go.
I would have been so upset if you didn't get it, honestly.
Oh my god.
The last hint was when the studio's other commercially successful game came to Switch, the main character from this game in question was added as a playable character. So that was Towerful, and Madeline was added to Towerful.
Yeah, I still wouldn't have gotten that.
No.
It's like the second he said, like, girl, I'm like, got it.
And that's sometimes all it takes.
Yeah.
It's just one thing. It's like, yep, there it is. But
oh, Jesus.
92 on Metacritic, which is...
That hurt my head.
Try doing what we did last week and doing 5 in a row.
It's fun, though. It's fun.
It was very fun. But yeah, Celeste, made by Matt Makes Games, who I actually learnt this when I wrote this up, that they've changed their name because it's no longer just Matt. They've got a team now.
Oh.
It's a fun little fact. Because I remember in an interview he said he doesn't like that it's Matt Makes Games because it's not just him
Matt
anymore. Yeah. But I thought...
Well, good for Matt.
Exactly, good for Matt.
He
but I
made
thought
friends.
the second hint... He did. But I thought the second hint was pretty good because you can actually play... I don't know if you know this, but you can actually play the Game Jam version within Celeste.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah.
I did not know.
See,
Yeah.
I haven't played Celeste. Because I'm
Really?
not big on the really difficult platformers. Like, it looks cool,
okay.
but I'm like, I don't have the patience to just sit there and try and try and try and try.
Man, if
Only
I asked more questions to that one Celeste speedrunner who shows up in my chat every now and then.
So if you're going to play any, like, quote unquote tough as nails 2D platformer, it should be Celeste, purely because, for one, it loads really quickly. So when you die, it loads super quick, and you're back to and it's all frame by frame. So when you die, it doesn't feel as punishing. Game,
so it's like Hotline Miami kind of respawns.
Yeah, very, very quick and very fast paced in that you don't have to backtrack a lot. And because how can I put it? Because its main focus is on, like, mental health and overcoming the mountain that is, like, depression and anxiety. So the game it encourages you to learn from mistakes rather than laugh, some of those games where it kind of laughs at your death count and, like, kind of shows off.
That explains the award and impact.
Exactly, yeah. So instead of that, it then says you can learn from your mistakes, and it encourages you to keep going. So if you're going to play any tough as nails 2D platformer, it should be Celeste for that reason. And that was on sale once for like 75% off. I remember once, not long ago. So if it's ever 75% off again, I'll point that out to you, Nathan, because I really think you should play it for that reason. But
just make
overall,
a news story on it. Be like, hey, look, Celeste is 75% off. Go play it.
There you go. And I'll plug my old review, which is terrible now that I look back on it. It's real bad.